The power of positive affirmation. So when we really start, sorry, I'm shaking the camera. When we really start doing this work, an interesting thing is going to happen. You're going to think like, oh, this is great. I'm starting all of this, and all of a sudden my life is going to change. And yes, your life will change if you do this and you believe it and you shift your vibration and you raise your energy and you love yourself and you are loving to others. You know, you get what you give, the whole everything we already know. But an interesting thing starts to happen. Situations will arise that will test you in the sense of, are you sure you're being real about what you say you want? Are you sure? You say it. Here we go. Perfect example. You say you want a healthy, loving relationship. You're ready for that. That's what you want in your life. But if you look at your past, most of the people that you attracted into your life were not healthy for you, didn't give you what you needed, but you maybe were wildly attracted to them, right? Because there's something that inside of you that you needed to heal. That's usually what relationships do. They take us to where they show us better than anything else, especially romantic relationships, where we need to heal inside. So this shiny new boy shows up, man, and he ticks all the boxes that you usually like, right? You're so attracted to him, sexy, intelligent, charming, all of those things. He asks you out, you go on a date, you go out a couple of times, you're really liking him. But then all of a sudden, you notice a couple of red flags. He doesn't call when he says he's going to. He breaks plans with me. He doesn't honor his word. You know what I'm saying? For a healthy relationship. I don't, he's told me a little bit about what happened in his past relationships. I don't like the fact of how he left his past relationships. This is a test. The universe is saying, now you're saying you want a healthy relationship. You want a loving, healthy, fulfilling relationship. Are you sure? Are you sure? Because I'm going to send you this to see. So when you know that you are sure and you have affirmed that and that's what you want, the healthier version of you will say, yeah, he's sexy as hell, but you know what? I see the red flags. And you'll end the relationship and you'll say, it was great meeting you. It was very nice, but I just don't think this is for me. And then after that, maybe you'll have another test, but more likely the person that you want's going to show up because you were serious and you're living your affirmation. You shifted your energy, you raised your vibe. And that's how it works. And it works with everything. I just used a relationship as an example. It also works with money, works with everything, career, everything. All right, guys, I hope you found this interesting and useful and you're enjoying the videos. Yeah, share them, like them, follow me, reach out, make a manifesting postcard. I'll help you. They're a lot of fun. All right, see you next time. Bye. Another way besides creating the postcards to work on affirmations is every day. Well, mirror work is super powerful. So, but we'll talk about that in a second. But if you're not ready for that, every day, write down, kind of like a gratitude list, but you're going to write down 5 affirmations, affirming something about yourself. Write it down. Like, I am powerful. I am happy. I am loved. I am loving. I am healthy. Just 5 things a day. Keep a journal, write it down, or put it in your phone. You can do little video messages to yourself. Say your name. Saying your name is very powerful. Say your name, whatever it is. Like, I am happy. Melisa, I am happy, Melisa. I am happy, Melisa. Saying your name is powerful. Adding your name to your sentence, however you want to do it. do that every day. Five affirmations every day. You can change them every day. You can do the same ones if you're working on specific ones every day in a journal, a note in your phone, and just see what, register the date and see what has shown up in your life in that 30 days. Make a commitment. It's really simple. It doesn't take a lot of time. Before bed, after you get yourself all ready for bed, you brush your teeth, you do your skincare routine, you're all snuggled in your bed, have your journal by your bed, and write down those affirmations. Just 5. Start there. Another way, which even adds more power to it, is getting in front of the mirror, looking in your own eyes, and saying those affirmations in your own eyes. Because what I mentioned before in another video is the first thing we have to do is stop the negative judgment on ourselves. We have to stop criticizing ourselves. So you got to get there first. So at least get there first. And then when you want to do the affirmation and you're doing it in front of the mirror, instead of criticizing yourself, and you feel comfortable because you stop criticizing yourself, you can look in the mirror and you can tell yourself how much you love yourself, and you can point out the things that you like about yourself. You can say your affirmations. I am strong and I deserve to have more money in my life. I'm just using that for an example. I am prosperous and I deserve to have more money in my life. When you look at yourself in the mirror and you say that to yourself, and you don't in your head go, yeah, right, that's how you know where you still are. If you're comfortable saying these things to yourself, I deserve to have the love of my life and a loving relationship. Do you believe it when you look at yourself in the mirror? If you do, great. It should be showing up any second. Any second. If you don't, you'll know, because you'll hear something in the back of your mind go, I wish, or I don't know, or that doesn't happen for me. You know you're not there yet. Keep working it. I'm telling you, they work. They really, really do. My way of doing it is photographing. I do it in a visual way because that's what I love and it feeds me. You got to do it in a way that works for you. Be creative. Positive affirmations are very, very powerful. So when I talk about creating a postcard, it's like, think of it like a vision board. Pick one thing that you want that is positive, that will bring you some joy in your life. And it could be something material. It could be a new car, because your new car is going to take you places that maybe you don't have a car or your old car can't. So it is going to bring abundance in your life. It doesn't have to be this, changing the world kind of thing. Set the space, sit down, shut off your phone, lock your door, tell everybody who maybe you live with other people, do it when they're not home, or do not disturb put it on your door, wherever your bedroom door, wherever you want to work, your office. Go online, you can print out images of what it is that you want, that represents what you want. If it's a loving relationship, maybe it's couples holding hands on the beach, or are kissing or getting engaged, whatever it is. Go through magazines. Remember magazines? I have a ton of magazines that I still use. Take the words, an affirmation, a word. I am in a happy, healthy, loving relationship, if you're affirming that you want a relationship. My body is strong and healthy, if that is your affirmation. I have abundant finances, if you want to grow financially in your abundance. Find the words, write the words, paint the words, and put it in the I am, not I want. I am. You're affirming it's already yours. That's why they're so powerful, because we affirm it. It is already ours. The universe is ready to give it to us. We're just, we haven't visually seen it yet, but just know that it is already yours. Sit down, light a candle, play some very uplifting music in the background. Get your scissors, glue, tape, make it fun. Get in that energy of creating abundance And that's what makes the affirmation so powerful. You're affirming something, you're visually putting it on paper, you're creating it, and you make it as beautiful as you want it to be. It's your creation. The universe is registering this energetically. This is all energy, remember? And then when you're done, you send it out to the universe. I get it. I receive it. I photograph it. I take it because I create the space and I set a very sacred space for people's postcards. I photograph it. When it comes true, we share your story. What do you think? They're fun to do. Take the time for yourself. All of these little talks I'm talking about is us nurturing ourselves for our own growth, for our own abundance, and for our own joy. Because the more joyful we are, the more abundant we are, the happier we are, the happier everybody else is around us who we love. All right, stay tuned. The power of positive affirmations. And I talk all about that in my book, Postcards to the Universe. There it is. You can see it. You can find it on Amazon and Barnes and Noble, or your local bookstore. You can ask them if it's not there to they'll order it for you. If you're interested, of course. And if you want to make a manifesting postcard, please do. If you need help, just reach out to me. You can leave a comment, you can share, you can leave a like, and email me. You can find me. I'm easy to find. Everything's under Postcards to the Universe, so I would appreciate it if you did. I love getting them. I get so excited, and maybe down the line I'll do a video and show you some examples of some postcards that I've received that are in my book, and the image that I did, and share a little bit about their story. Okay. So affirmations are always working whether we realize it or not. The problem is we're usually affirming things that we don't want without realizing we're doing it. So what we want to start doing is affirming things that we do want. So one of the good ways to start doing that is starting small. You know, if you are used to a negative balance in your bank account, saying, I affirm that I have $10 million or $100 million in my bank account, you're not going to believe it. You're not. You can't believe that. You can't go from a negative balance to 100 million sitting in your account, right? It's just not realistic. We need to work up to those things. But could you have an extra $100 in your account? Yeah, that's believable. You could do that. You could say, I have an extra $100 in my account at all times. Start there, right? That's how we start making these shifting our mindset. And that's what it's all about. It's raising our vibration, changing our energy, and shifting our mindset. That's what we have to do. Sitting on the couch and just saying, I am, and affirming, I am beautiful, I am wealthy, I am, living my best life, but you're just sitting on your couch and you're not taking any action steps to move in that direction. And also there's your subconscious mind in the back saying, oh no, you're not living your best life. You're sitting here, ordering takeout, eating food that's not good for you, and scrolling, right? Maybe even doom scrolling, which will definitely sink you. So don't even do that. But working with affirmations is we start small. Create a postcard. Sit down. Get some magazines. I'm gonna share how to create a postcard for your affirmation work in the next video. Stay tuned. Hi and welcome. I'm Melisa Caprio from Postcards to the Universe, and I've been doing a series of short videos, and I'm sharing some inspirational things that help us grow as humans and find joy and abundance in our lives. And today I want to talk about the power of affirmations. Now, affirmations are super, super powerful. So if you check out my website, postcardstouniverse.com, you'll see that I have a bunch of images, because I take people as photos of people's manifesting postcards. And a manifesting postcard is kind of like a vision board, like a mini vision board. So they'll send me their postcard or we'll create one in a workshop. I photograph it and I do my interpretation of the postcard. I add things to it. I set up the space. I set it all up. I present the postcard. I take a picture of it. I include things in the picture that I think go along with their affirmation, because that's what they are. They're creating an affirmation on a postcard that I'm photographing. And when it shows up in the reality, I share their story. So this is my book, Postcards to the Universe, Harness the Universe's Power and Manifest Your Dreams. And there's 30 manifesting stories in the book alongside of the photograph that I took. Now, my photographing style is completely different than from when I wrote the book. The books came out in 2019, so my style has changed. But my point is this the power of affirmations. So that's what you're putting on your postcard, is your affirmation in whatever area of your life that you're asking for something, that you're asking the universe bring you something. It could be a new relationship, it could be better health, it could be a new job, a career change, a move, a new car. I mean, it could be anything, anything, anything. And affirmations are very, very powerful in us expressing what we want to the universe. The problem is most of our affirmations are negative affirmations. And you would think, well, what do you mean negative affirmations? How is that an affirmation? Because subconsciously, we're saying the same negative things over and over and over in our minds. We're telling ourselves we're not good enough. We don't deserve it. We're not worthy. Oh, I could never have that house. I could never have that car. I could never have that kind of a relationship. I could never have that job. I'll never have money in my bank. I'll never be healthy. I'll never be thin. Whatever it is, that is an affirmation that you're affirming to the universe, that you're never going to get these things that you want. And so the universe is going, okay, well then that's what you're asking for. Okay, you're right. You're never going to have those things. I'm going to keep giving you situations and presenting you with examples to prove you right. And that's what we do. But what we're going to start doing is we're going to start affirming and shifting that mindset to what we do want. Stay tuned for more.